There's a friend of mine who's a photographer, and he always says he loves coming to Wales because the thing about Wales is there's just, when all over the countryside, there's just evidence of what was once here. And whereas he says elsewhere in the UK it would be knocked down, in Wales things just tend to be left where they were standing. And so you can be in just an ordinary field like this one and suddenly find you've got a medieval dovecot behind you. Welcome to another Vale Hikes.
Ooh, Vale Hikes.
We're in Llantwit Major today, Llanilltud Fawr, down in the southwest corner of the Vale of Glamorgan. And this is actually the first centre of learning in Britain, in the British Isles. The monastic school in Llantwit Major, Llanilltud Fawr, is the first and oldest recorded monastic school in the British Isles. Llantwit Fawr, I'm looking at your tourist industry. Yeah, stop telling them you're the oldest. And so it lasted until, I think, the 900s, when a Viking raid ended it. But there were still little bits of it left around, and one of those things is the Dovecote. Now, this is actually not from the ancient monastery. This is from when the monastery was re-established after the Norman invasion, the ground was given to Tewkesbury Abbey in the 13th century, and this Dovecote is the 13th century Dovecote. But as I was saying in the introduction, here you've got this lovely field, and the Dovecote's still standing in it. Let's go and have a look at it. So why did monasteries have dovecotes? I mean, this is by no means rare. You'll find there's evidence of them in lots of places anyway, monastic or indeed local settlement. There are three reasons. One, slightly worryingly for a vegetarian like me, is for food. People used to eat doves. Yeah, not my particular food. But also they got eggs from doves, and I believe that the droppings of doves, which would be collected in a dovecote, were very good manure and were used on the crops. However, there's more to it than that, because doves were also seen as a sign of nobility. So you put your dovecote somewhere where everyone could see it. I mean, you can tell we're right up on some very visible bit of land here. So you'd put your dovecote where everyone could see it, and it would say, hey, we're important, and we're noble people. And then we're going to eat doves. Seems a bit weird these days. Dovecote here in Llantwit Major is still standing. It stands in Dovecote Field, would you believe? But there's very little of anything else to do with the monastery left. Unfortunately, I'm going to just see that there is... You can see that the actual entrance to the Dovecote is gated off. That's not true in every Dovecote. I've been into a few, and you can see the holes in the wall, basically, where the doves would have roosted before being eaten or used for their manure, or eggs being collected. So that's the story of Dovecote Field in Llantwit Major. If you want to get here, it's literally 5 minutes walk from the train station. It's easy to find on any map. It's very close to the modern day church, which is interesting. They don't think the church is on the site of the monastery. The monastery was probably slightly to one side, but like all monasteries, came to an end thanks to Henry VIII and his troops coming here to break it up, and the Dovecote was left. And as my friend, the photographer, said, it's interesting in Wales because we just leave things in fields and we don't knock them down, we just plough around them. Join me for another bit of hiking in the Vale of Glamorgan in the next Vale Hikes.